This channel is for immature audiences only. It is not for children, only for childish adults. We might play some video games that kids also like, but we say words like fuck and shit with alarming frequency and make crude, inappropriate, and morbid jokes all the damn time. Level 0 NPCs assumes no responsibility if your idiot spawn watches this and gets traumatized.
I should just lead with Karth.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, just initiate combats as Karth and Jonah.
No, don't do that because we'll get used to it, and yeah, we're going to want to keep him around that way. This is way better.
Yeah, we might be able to be swayed in our path by some companions. Karth is not one of them.
Wait.
What?
Down you go!
What do you want?
Oh my god.
Hey, Gamorreans! Have we seen those before? Or these are first Gamorreans?
We fought a couple of Gamorreans a minute ago, but yeah, like this is the first time that we've had to like encounter and battle Gamorreans.
Everyone went down.
Yeah, I love. That's kind of the only way to play this. No, don't do this because it's just going to happen again in a second when we do that guy.
No, that's fine.
All right. How many med kits do we have anyway?
Infinite.
Oh, that's right, infinite.
Yep.
I might have already told this anecdote, but when I was playtesting one of the Star Wars RPGs with my brother Nathaniel, I didn't really want to engage with any of the long-range fighting options, so I just played a Wookiee with a vibro axe, and I collected a scapular of Gamorrean noses.
What? Ready.
That's a good deal. I hate Gamorreans.
I'm here.
There was this one fight in a cantina where the Gamorreans fled after... Because I was hiding inside the doorway, and just to one side of the inside of the doorway. And the first Gamorrean that walked in, I just sort of swung the axe into his face and killed him. And the other Gamorrean just left. He abandoned whatever he was sent there to do and just ran. And I was like, I run after him. I'm going to make an athletics check. And he's like, you can definitely do that, but this Gamorrean is not going anywhere. He has nowhere left to go. He's just fleeing. It's just animal instinct. He can't go back to the people who sent him here, so there's probably no motivation for you to kill him. And I was like, no, I want to add a nose to the necklace.
Oh, here we go, sewer door.
Another skeletal corpse.
It's pronounced skeletal.
Yep.
But I have known people who say skeletal.
I have heard that.
Skeletal corpse.
Skeletal. I have never said that, but I know people who have.
I hear it a lot in a video game context for skeletal mesh or skeletal mesh.
Ooh, skeletal mesh. I don't like that.
I don't like that term at all.
Yeah?
I'm sorry if you pronounce it skeletal and you feel like we're mocking you. We are.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Skeletal.
I just checked the Google thing where you can press the speaker button and it is skeletal.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I know.
I was sure of it, but I just, yeah. Now I'm extra sure.
Extra sure, extra fun, with extra sugar-free gum. Oh no, my cat just came in my open window.
You summoned him with the gum song.
I did. Extra flavor for that extra...
time.
No, don't bump the microphone, you fool.
You fool!
Matt's cat is charismatic but mean.
Yes. Yeah, like a lot of Hollywood stars.
I sort of will rate a cat's...
No.
I rate a cat's attitude by how much bigger they would have to be before they just killed me. I think if Grim, Matt's cat, were 50 to 100% bigger, Like, if he was twice the size or half again the size he is, he would kill people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much just cats, really. And
Well, he's a fairly big cat. He's not gigantic, but he's king of the neighborhood.
Yeah, he's the king of the neighborhood in this neighborhood.
Is this a
boss
stabby
cat.
robot?
yeah, no, I reactivated the stabby robot.
Nice
nice.
job. This is
Stabby
a
robot,
whole
we hardly knew ye.
This is a whole thing I'm doing. Like I'm texting my wife to let him out of the basement. I had to let him out of my office. Then I gotta go close my window. This is a whole thing that's happening around this.
The cat has sort of started a skirmish in your life.
This is one of those
I'm glad he
old
came
time
back.
manuals. No computer code for nothing.
How many times has Grim been kidnapped? Just twice?
He's on terror.
Just twice. But every time he's late, I'm always worried he's going to be kidnapped. He's been kidnapped 2 times and taken to beach communities by 2 separate people.
He's been apprehended outside
I'm glad to see
and
you too.
driven to another part of the HRM, the Halifax Regional Municipality.
Yes, absolutely.
He gets stuffed into a car and he wakes up in another district.
Without them,
All right, I'll pay attention to this because this is important. But then I'll tell you about Grimm's woes. He looks so
You saved
sad.
me from a
he's
life
wearing
of
a
servitude
life
and slavery. There's only one way I can repay that, with a life of servitude and slavery.
Slavery.
To you.
that big thing? Think about it carefully. Better be sure about it.
Yeah, I guess if you're a Wookiee and you get captured to be sold into slavery, you really gotta find a way to rescue yourself, otherwise you're fucked.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, you are not...
Bring a Wookiee life debt to you? Wow, this is major. Do you realize what?
I also love how my stabby bot is just wandering around in the background of our conversation here.
There's a missed economic opportunity here, so what you do is the Empire attacks Kashyyyk and enslaves a bunch of Wookiees. Now, the Wookiees are not honor-bound to serve the people who enslaved them, but they are honor-bound to serve the people who rescue them. So you arrange for a bunch of people to rescue the Wookiees under staged circumstances.
Wherever you go, whatever you do,
Or, better, you, the Empire, arrange for Kashyyyk, just financially and through influence, to be conquered by a third party. Just another race, someone you were going to wipe out anyway. Arrange for them, just fund their weapons and military so that they successfully conquer Kashyyyk and enslave all of the Wookiees. Then you wipe them out, and then the Wookiees are honor-bound to serve you. You'd save so much money on handcuffs and arm replacements.
You'd think that Palpatine would have, been smart enough to do something like that.
Rather than building the same planet-destroying laser 2.5 times or whatever.
Yeah. Oh well.
You did a good job mopping up those Gamorreans, but I don't think you want to take on a Rancor. Those things
Rancor?
are huge.
Rancor monster.
Luckily,
Rancor?
Rancors aren't too bright.
Let's go kill a Rancor.
Emperor, they
Sure we'll figure
They
something
destroyed the Death Star. What's our next move? I have this idea. I have this
I'm
this
done.
amazing
out.
idea.
Here we go.
Instead of attacking planets as individuals, we could destroy them from orbit. Sir, I think you're describing the Death Star. No, this one is about 1.8 times bigger in radius. We're really gonna do it right this time.
Slightly bigger.
But it crippled us financially. We barely afforded the first one, and we're an intergalactic empire.
Yeah.
I guess it's only the one galaxy. It's not intergalactic.
Who cares?
Check it out, guys. We traded Karth for Zalbar.
Yeah.
Thank God. Peace out, Karth. I don't want to know where you went.
He went to the character select screen, where he will languish.
Forever.
Okay, now. Let's give him some fortitude saves. Give him energy
So yeah,
shields.
My cat Grim was kidnapped by several people, thinking that he was their cat because he is a gray, tabby cat.
I'm here.
He's pretty normal looking. He's a big guy. That's the one thing everybody says when they they take him. It's like, my cat was smaller, but it's possible that they could have gotten bigger.
Yeah, it's possible he got, half again bigger than he had been before.
I don't think his nose was pink, but, and I feel so bad for the people that stole him because they just want their cat back.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like, generally speaking, you don't steal a cat out of malice, or I would hope that that's not a thing.
Yeah, absolutely. They definitely did not steal it out of malice, but it still gave me a lot of distress.
Yeah.
Also, they see what they believe to be their cat on the street, and they apprehend him and get him into their car, believing him to be their friendly, familiar cat. And knowing Grim probably doesn't go that way.
No, he's very friendly for a while, but he actually had one of the older ladies that kidnapped him the second time. He bit her, and she had to go to the hospital for infection.
Grim sustains himself on a steady diet of all of the neighborhood's songbirds. So, yeah, he's full of bad shit. I've mentioned before that the way big cat ownership goes bad, it's not necessarily that lions and tigers always turn on you. It's that a tiger's affection could be just as inimical to human life as its aggression.
Yes, that's true.
So, like, my cat Igor, I called him a dick earlier. He's a sweet little guy. He's not too needy. He's not too destructive. He's a normal cat. But when we're playing, sometimes he'll scratch me. He really got me earlier today, actually. But it's pretty evident he's not trying to hurt me, other than like the fascination of how hard I am to take down, being like 30 times his size. But Grim really tries to hurt you. Like it's different. It's not like that with Grim. It's not cute. Like,
well, yeah, he hurts me quite a bit, but I'm the only one he trusts. So
he's very sweet with Matt.
Yeah, he is.
You put him in his place really early on.
Well, he was. Yeah, I know.
I mean, cats imprint on people. Like my cat.
Yeah, he definitely
only really enjoys the company of my wife and I.
Yes, that is true. I've looked after him before. He does not like me at all.
Oh yeah, Minarai, it's open hatred. The times I've met him, it's not like an attacking kind of hatred, just like a baleful glare and hiding under stuff and like,
he's not
what
a
are you
fan
doing
of
in
people
my...
he doesn't know.
Yeah,
he won't get hostile, but he definitely it takes effort for him to warm up.
The last time Lisa and I were over at Luke's place, Minarai just hid and glared at us from under something. But on our way out, we walked past his food dish, and he let us have it. Like, he gave us a piece of his mind. That was his equivalent of a roar, which was a very, very quiet, soft little mew.
He has hissed. Actually, my nephew, who is 4 years old, loves cats, and I brought Mina and I with me to my parents' house for Christmas last year. It just so happened that my brother and his wife and my nephew, and both my nephews, I guess technically, but the youngest is far too young to have any opinions about anything. On the first day, my nephew sort of backed Mina and I into a corner. I'm here. Not necessarily with any malice, but that was just a mistake, and Mina and I just sort of basically told him to fuck off with a well-placed cat hiss. And my nephew would not approach Mina and I for the rest of the holidays.
Oh
no.
He didn't want to be on the same floor as my cat. It was so sad. It was he wouldn't come downstairs to play Mario Kart.
Oh, that's,
unless,
yeah.
Unless, I kind of promised him that I would hold him.
Oh, poor guy was inconsolable. That's,
Yeah, basically.
I kind of know how that is.
Yeah.
When you're trying to befriend an animal or a person and are rebuffed, that's rough for a little kid.
Well, I'm glad Grim's back. He doesn't usually come in this late, and nature is reclaiming every neighborhood on Earth right now.
It's true. There are wild geese running around Edmonton right now.
Well, in the neighborhood next to ours, people have seen bobcats.
Nice.
Or a bobcat wandering around, and I'm like, okay, Grim, you're tough, but you're not that tough, buddy. You can take all the domesticated cats in the neighborhood, but not that guy. So I've been trying to keep him in at night.
Yeah, that's probably for the best. I mean, he might have the bravado to scare off a bobcat one time, but especially if that bobcat frequents a territory, it's probably not going to work every time.
Yeah. My kids found a bird skull on the deck this morning when they a bird skull and feathers. Oh, he's horrible. What can I do?
Try to offer some constructive criticism. This is the thanks I get. Let's move on. You can just stay for all I care.
The sloth bear in the sort of Indian subcontinent shares its territory with the Bengal tiger, and a sloth bear is it eats termites mostly, and they're not really sort of carnivorous in any way. They're semi-omnivorous like most bears are, but it's mostly termite mounds. That's what they're built to tear apart and eat. Mm-hmm. And it's a creature of very little cunning. It doesn't really have a lot going on. It just eats termites and it minds its own business. And people have had historically some problems with sloth bears because, like, there's a famous sloth bear that was called the Sloth Bear of Mysore, and it killed like 12 people. Like, hunts were staged to kill this thing, and so many human beings armed with guns died trying to kill this stupid bear.
Wow.
And the reason for this, and this is partly my own theory, but largely rooted in fact, is the Bengal tiger is a frightful creature. It hunts deer by mimicking deer calls. That's a nightmare. That's a nightmare creature. It's bigger than the sloth bear. It's much smarter and stronger and faster.
I'm here.
But routinely, sloth bears will chase Bengal tigers away through sheer bravado. Because what the sloth bear's instinct is to react to any stimulus it encounters as if it is a Bengal tiger. It doesn't really evaluate what the problem is. It just goes from 0 to 100 in 1 second. Basically, it sort of attacks most stimulus it encounters as if it were a Bengal tiger, so that when it's a Bengal tiger, that Bengal tiger knows what's up. Like, I am a waste of calories, like, sort of right up front about it. I'm given to understand Bengal tigers do hunt sloth bears by sneaking up on them and swatting them. And, like, the entire bear is a one swat encounter for the tiger. Yeah. Anyway, they're a remarkable creature because, like, it's not many things that can be so hostile that a tiger that could almost not fail to lose the fight will think about it and say, no, I'm gonna go eat something else.
Well, you have been listening to Cat Facts. Thank you for joining us, everybody. We will see you again next week.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you for joining us in Cats of the Old Republic.
We have a title. All right, see you next time, everybody. Cats with a K.